Unlimited internet can be yours for $19.95 a month with Errol's.
JVL says, I am talking to you on the internet.
Oh, hey folks, this is Poe the Vulture.
And the Mysterious JG.
And we are talking to you over the internet.
We're actually talking to each other over the internet. It's like a three-way conversation here.
It's a three-way dance, which is
American comment. But speaking of dance, he just got shot across the room by fire.
Now I'm going to have to remember how to play the game. So far, it's not going so well.
Well, you got a lot of, Oh! Oh, whip is, I don't know how much damage that does if it hits you, but so far it hasn't. Barista. Los Baricuas. Man, she sprays a lot of blood. Really low on health.
Yeah. So this is where I would go to my inventory.
Couldn't see which one of those gives you the most health, but
I'm pretty sure it was chicken. I think it was just increasing the way that I went down, but
so it's not based on calorie counts, or you think it would be pork curry. Although I suppose there might be less meat, and I wonder if it's all coming from the same place, or we got the chicken curry from the really upscale place, and the pork curry from kind of the local brown bag place.
the place that gives you your Advent sack. Oh boy.
You can kind of tell where she's going to teleport to, which is nice. Oh, I love her like raging uppercut that she does. Super low on health again.
Yep.
You got
So
them
let's take a look here.
French fried potatoes.
Oh, they're also.
And
May
you
as
got
well.
steak and berry spaghetti, which you've never eaten.
Oh, I'll get a first-time bonus for them.
Uh-huh.
Like, so yeah, see, chicken, then
Yeah.
pork, then okay.
Chicken, pork,
Met hair.
peppers.
That didn't seem to do that much for. Okay, how do I? Do I have a shield I can?
I don't know if you could have jumped or if you were stun locked. Try not to second guess your in-game actions here.
Baal, I summon thee to my side.
Oh, okay. I thought she might have a second form, but this is there you go.
Well, I mean, she's still in this.
Right. I think you just keep cramming curry until you've won at this point. Oh boy!
Yes, that's what I think he was saying.
She's really excited to be here. I don't know how fun it is to exist as Baal, this three-headed snaky monster. That didn't hit anything. That sucks.
Oh, do I need to get up on these? Okay,
Yep.
I need to get up on
You don't
these.
have to use them, but that is what they are there for.
Having a hard time establishing where. Oh, okay, she's up there.
Eat the steak, yeah.
Scrumptious.
Eat that.
I'm gonna scrumptious, and I get some stats.
Eat the rice, yeah. I don't know if you can just eat rice in the middle of a battle if it doesn't have curry on it. That's just sometimes the case in these Dracula final battles. Not that this thing is Dracula. Sometimes the biggest challenge is just figuring out what of all the shit that's on screen you should be paying attention to. But that last couple of seconds there went a lot better than some of what came before. Just find a spot where I'm reasonably safe and just repeatedly hit it in the throat. Ow.
Like, which one of you? So I guess it's you now?
They all take damage. I think the one that she's on takes additional damage. Might be wrong about that. It's been a long time since I fought this. And I just kind of had a million foods too. Yeah, you're literally just like, oh, I see that blast coming, but if I stop to dodge it, I'm gonna get fewer chances to whack you in the face.
Yeah. I'm just gonna sit here, eat curry, and hit you in the face. That's,
I'm so hungry for curry. Oh, I love that chainsaw mouth. That's pretty awesome. How could you possibly defeat Bale? He's got 3 heads and one of them's got a chainsaw tongue.
oh, I think she's in the kitty mouth now. Because she was in the Blizzard one, then she was in the Yeah Boy guy one. I think maybe now she's gonna, pop out of the kitty head. That's right. We also have to be aware of Owlet and Gecko.
Well, now you can still use your lightning blast, you know, just for a thing to do when you don't have a shot with the sword.
Alright, now it's time to heal up.
Hit it in the face. There's moon oil down there? What is that?
I'm being followed by it.
Oh, mocha oil, probably. Followed you. Oh, now I see where the platforms come in.
You leave me no choice.
I'm summoning even more bales.
They've already showed that they can defeat the Bales. What will you do if they do so again?
More bale bots. Even more bale bots. So, unless it randomizes after she's hit each of them once,
it'll be back to the lizard.
Old,
it's going back to Mr. Yeah Boy.
The Yeah Boy head.
Yeah Boy. Okay. I thought I double jumped there, but
the game disagreed.
My archer doesn't seem to be actually throwing out a lot of
Yeah, and when it does hit, it's doing 1 damage. I don't think the familiar is going to make it to... Oh, no, I know what we got to bring back. This is the last opportunity here. I'd see what you're doing now, boss.
I mean, I could probably
Save me up for the final battle. Oh, no, but now, should I turn against the boss? Or do I really have it in me to fight the king of all demons here? Oh, look at that. 4 damage. You'd never get that kind of service out of the archer. I like that you duck and it still looks like it hit you, but it's like, she ducked. She's put in the effort.
Okay. I'm shaking.
Roly-poly Spider-Man heads.
Oh, that was Spider-Man the whole time? Jeez.
Oh, it's Ouroboros, except there's 3 of them, so how does that work? I guess, like, I'm eating your tail, and you're eating this other guy's tail, and that guy's eating my tail. Thanks for showing up.
It's a partially human centipede. But she did so much great. I love having Bale summoned.
She could have done so much good, but instead she'd done so much bad.
Wait, the Liber Logaeth.
Oh, it's right here. Let me just read it and become possessed by its secrets.
The book that started it all. What are you going to do with it?
Oh, look, it's the Fountainhead.
The book that started it all, The Hobbit. What are you going to do with it? Oh, I'm probably going to fall asleep in front of it.
Yeah, I fell asleep in front of the book once, but honestly, I went into bed to sleep, and it just happened to be on the other side of the room. Same thing the Master was trying to do. You mean, like, have
not
girls
allow
grow up to be-
visitors.
yeah, grow up to be women and then be his brides and sort of a weird circle of stuff.
Before he died, he inscribed Enochian letters onto each of the castle's structural weaknesses.
You're going to need to go through the entire castle and look for weird-looking runes, and then smack at those points.
They all said, I was going to say, they all said, Kilroy was here, but then I thought, when you said that you're going to have to go through the whole castle, it's like, he put letters all over the place, but it turns out that we've only seen half of them. There's actually an inverted castle we now have to explore.
Now,
Which would be welcome news, I
use
think.
the book to perform a rite here at the heart of the castle.
This isn't
Wait,
the heart of
this
the castle. This
the
is
heart?
like the extreme southeast corner.
The rite will activate the Enochian script and send the castle and demons back from whence they came.
And summon God, who will, be like, what's going on? I haven't been paying attention.
Uh-huh.
So that's what Alfred was trying to accomplish.
It must
Indeed,
have been an
miss.
order from Batman.
Indeed, that's what I was trying to accomplish.
We need to begin.
Dominique
Stand back,
just
Miriam.
wants to watch the world burn. It's time for me, the true hero, to save the day. You could just go home.
Triangles!
In fairness, this does look like an evil place that probably shouldn't be existing.
I don't know. I think in daylight it would look pretty neat.
I mean, neat. But
I mean, just because it's a little dark color. I mean, it's got, like,
the spy...
really, how much more evil does this look than Notre Dame?
Well... By the way, sick ink on your legs there, girl. Oh wait, no, it's Enochian script, never mind.
Hey, do you have any corn or potatoes for me?
It's over.
Oh, never mind. That's not you.
Oh, it's a shame that the 2 villagers who were out here, the one who grows stuff and the one who collects stuff to bury with the dead, were both sucked up into the hell portal there.
Not without sacrifice. Jeeble. Alfred. Zongetsu.
Let's not forget Dominique, I'll never forget her.
Don't worry, miss. I'll apologize to Jeeble and Zangetsu. In hell.
Jeebel's fate was already sealed. There was nothing you could have done.
He was just too big of a puss.
And the Master and Zangetsu made their own choices. They fought gladly and proudly for what they believed
Can
in.
you imagine if Zangatsu in the afterlife had to be a servant of the Master, so you would end up at the Valley Lodge and you would be like, I'm Zangetsu. I take care of the place while the Master's away. Then he contacts you via codec to ask you if you can take your bags out to your own car because he's having some trouble walking. This is not really what I should be thinking about at the end of this lengthy adventure, but
Lives like theirs should be celebrated.
lives like theirs. Baby, they were born to run.
True. And demons still remain in this world.
Demons like those should be celebrated.
After finishing the last of them off.
Don't worry, we can get rid of the demons in the DLC, and maybe a sequel to this if one ever gets made. But apparently he'd rather make more sequels to the Castlevania bonus that Kickstarter's got with this game.
That reminds me. The Master took note of how I was forestalling your corruption and suggested some improvements.
He wants you to go blonde and get, fake breasts.
I told him to piss off, though. You won't be getting any of those improvements.
I think I might be able to stop the crystal from overtaking you permanently.
It will only overtake you for the next 10,000 years.
Really?
Oh,
I
really?
can't make any promises, but yes, I think.
All I need to do is summon this powerful demon, and you...
Oh, by the way, I've tried to talk more and more like the Master every day.
Well, thank you, Johannes.
You're welcome.
It's like, oh, well, I guess it's the least I could do is to try and not ensure your death.
You're very welcome. Come on, let's go.
Why, thank you, Johannes. You're still not my love interest.
All right.
We'll go back to my place.
I see you walking behind me. Do not power off or close the game.
Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night. We'll be back in Thunderball.
Cast.
Why you
Japanese
listen,
voice
Boo?
actors.
We just got done playing in English. We didn't even hear these guys, unless, like, Miriam's was from that voice actress.
Cast. Real voice actors.
Ooh.
Hey,
Hey, Ray Chesney played Gable. Oh, yes. Tried a Sniper Wolf.
Frida Wolf got a lot of work in here.
She played
Monster voice cast. Oh, wait, no, that's just...
And now some memories from here. Hey, look, the different staffs will now get credit. It's produced by Iga, directed by Stemlo. Game designer, watch out for snakes.
Game designer was Curry the Kid, who got his own little picture. So that's nice.
Yeah, there's also
Curry
Ramen
the Kid.
Man. I appreciate the tradition of, like, Hunter M or Fishman type names as developers here. Vera Rogosi.
Oh, yes, and Simon Belmondo. So,
Hey, Luis Amidala.
yeah. No, yeah. So, these games are never about the ending. But this game had one.
Yeah, that wasn't really much of an ending, but that's, yeah. I mean, I don't remember very much about Castlevania Symphony of the Night's ending, but it wasn't that good. That's not what it was about.
It featured a weird pop song that I later discovered was sung by the same woman who sung the Snake Eater song
Oh.
later on down the line. And that she is, like, somebody that did sing with a lot of sort of big Motown groups back in the day, but hadn't done much really sort of widely recognized stuff outside of, like, oh, she was the voice in a couple, like, she was a singing voice in this commercial jingle or whatever, like.
Right. But now, with the money she got from those, she no longer has to die on a tree frog.
Yeah. She no longer has to die as a tree frog?
Dine on a tree frog.
Oh, dine on a tree frog.
Yes. I mean, she can if she wants to. But it's a
Well, I
choice.
mean, someday she probably will. Just as sure as, you walk in the rain. Those are, like,
Hey,
two of the most common universal
You know what you get if
experiences.
you combine Chuckwagon dog food with Tang? You get Chuck Tang, which is scrolled off the screen before I finally got a chance to say it.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Anyway, Song Im-ho. Yeah, no, so the ending wasn't that great, but I would imagine you were going on to say that there are other things about this game that were better than the ending.
I mean, these are experiential games. It's just the process is just sort of going through, and it's any of these that sort of, they've honed down the basic gameplay aspects just in terms of just solidity of the controls and all the rest of that stuff. It's just sort of, you just have the fun tactile experience of going through this platforming game and just sort of going around wherever you want to. and that I miss, and get back to one of these days. I was speaking with JG via on Discord a little earlier, just about how, I recently my entire gameplay experience has just been playing F1 Manager 22, which is a game I enjoy, but also slowly start to resent as it takes up the only free time that I have to play PS5, like to play any games that aren't mobile games. For because I have a series on it, a series that gets like 20 views an ep, but still. So at least getting to come back to this one more time, and like you mentioned, there are other modes to check out. There's this whole thing in the big castle that if you happen to have caught the right stream back in October, you will know that I found some place where you have to race against a ninja through an obstacle course, and if you do, there's some item that you get that will increase your agility.
Okay, no, that's not. Yeah, that. Never mind. I thought you'd discover some cool new zone. Like that's a thing that I guess we missed. I'm surprised we did, but yeah, no, I did experience that, and I thought it was fun because again, it's like you don't have to beat it, but it gives you a cool item. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't.
Go back and watch my Let's Play because I did capture footage of that thing he's talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. And it's very similar to. Was it the? I think it was the one. Was it Harmony of Dissonance? The one with Soma Cruz, the Castlevania game that's set in the future, but
that's a sequel that I'd always like.
Not the distant, not the distant future, but is set in a near present day.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Techno University, but his girlfriend still looks like some kind of 18th century
shrine
princess.
maiden or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're on the same page. It could be hard to figure these things out because there are still ones, and there's one that I think was that was based in the 1910s or something that I don't think I've ever played, but was
Well, this whole genre for whatever reason had a big, it was on the Color portable systems. Was the only place to play these.
Yeah.
I really understood why they found a temporary home there when. On the home consoles you plugged into your TV, there was a dearth of them for such a long time, and now they exist. I guess the indie game scene has a space. I found some random game article on the top 10 Metroidvania style games, and one of them is called Guacamelee, which showed up in my Xbox or not my PlayStation Plus games years ago.
Yeah, I think it was on a Game Pass thing or something.
And I never played it, and now, even now, I'm I don't know how much I would have gotten into it, because it looks like it was a Lucha Libre themed, which sounds fun, but it probably being a Lucha Libre themed probably had a zany sense of humor, and I'm if there's something about a Metroidvania game, even the Metroidvania games I don't enjoy as much as the Castlevania games, because the gothic setting is a part of the appeal of the genre to me. As much fun as I had with the near future one, where a weird, I'm from the army, but I've decided to just sell you items and leave the army, stuff that doesn't really seem to fit, but that whole theme is still pretty cool and fun.
Yeah, no, I get a certain amount of that. There's a lot of these that go to the Metroid side of that too. There was one Metroidvania called, I think, VVV, that was it was a more graphically simple one, but it was the same idea of you're exploring and you run across a thing you can't get, and you gotta beat a boss and you get an item and whatever. Right. And yeah, for whatever reason, and maybe it's just these are the ones that I've settled into, but I do I kind of like the monsters as opposed to the aliens in that DreamWorks movie scenario.
Right. Well, and I don't know how much time you and Bean have to sit down and play games together these days, but this feels like I know of other people. Remember the outworn buckler? What? Okay, but I know of other people for whom.
You realize how much money somebody paid to have that?
I am just a man waiting for his time. Yeah. But I know. this is a genre of game that couples like, because it's like, oh, let's play the same. Like, I know couples who really enjoyed whichever Final Fantasy it was that had Quiddity's 12, I guess. Like, because it's a really long adventure that they can play together over the course of, like, yes.
No,
exactly.
that was 10. Or no, 11. Um,
11?
but yes, no, I recall Lagman and his wife would play that one together a lot.
That's who I'm thinking
That's the
of
one that
then,
had
but,
like the race of like rabbit people, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
But games like that, like this is a game that you can just jump into and be like, do you feel like making progress, or do you feel like just dicking around? And like, it's people who do this instead of Netflix and chill. And that these games are great for, like, I feel like playing this game for a while, and tonight I'm in the mood to try to progress. And no, I'm not in the mood to try to progress tonight. I'm just going to wander around an area I already know and, you know, get some loot drops and shit.
Yeah, I think Symphony of the Night was, probably the last one that I would have played at any length before getting into LPs or streaming. And yeah, that is one where, like, every so often just be like, I feel like inhabiting that world for a while, so I'll put the game in and just, like, just walk across the castle from one end to the other, not necessarily going to, like,
Right.
beat Dracula or something. It's just like, all right, so I'm going to go through this spot to that spot, and at that point, often you're at level enough where it's not really that difficult to do. You're just sort of doing it, and, maybe ostensibly you're, like, leveling up one of the familiars that you never use or something like that, and that's about that.
I didn't do any Halloween or Christmas specials this year, but I do occasionally think about the next game for me to play would be Super Castlevania. I guess no, that's it. I think it actually is
Super
that's not its
Castlevania
real
4.
name. It's called Castlevania 4. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, but it wouldn't be this. It would be like you finish a level and then you have to play a new harder level where if you die, you continue the beginning of that level, and it's like, oh, it's like not. I'm so into, and that's just from watching mostly, but this genre, and I'd be interested to check them out sometime. There's Circle of the Moon and Circle of the Moon 2. Circle of the Moon was originally just available as you were a big donor for this game, but now it and Circle of the Moon 2 are both available. I tried at one point to pick them up, and I think it might be kind of harder to get Circle
of the Moon, or...
No, this was Ritual of the Night. Circle of the Moon is the Castlevania side-scroller inspired game that's set in this universe. And I do sometimes think about checking them out, and then I'm like, no, I think what I really want is for there to be a sequel to this game. Like, not the NES style, as much fun as those are. Like, that's not really what I want another game like this, and I want it now. When is it coming?
Well, and I know there was another one that I probably would have been into, and I think at one time had the intention of playing, and now probably never will, that you had done an LP of, was Strider. That maybe that's something I need to go back and visit the LP that you did of, but right now my time is so limited there. Hey, if I'm giving shout outs, go find LPs that JG and Zerf are doing together. That's what I've been following lately. A lot of semi-visual novel point-and-click adventures from Japan, like the Galactic Yuna.
I had a lot of fun doing that. And Lethal has told me similarly, because over on my channel I'm doing a thing where I'm recording a game and he's just on the couch. I do enjoy the series where I am on the couch. It's a lot of fun to not even have to, like, record and upload. So I always enjoy the stuff I'm doing with Zerfall, because we've settled into that pattern where it's been a while since there was one I was recording. And that, Galaxy Fräulein Yuna was a real blast, actually. I really became very fond of that dumbass character by the time it was over.
Now,
Like
which
Sailor
dumbass
Moon,
character?
but more,
Because
for Yuna herself,
Yuna, okay.
Her support staff was pretty useless, but as far as being fun or interesting, but Yuna's like, she's like Sailor Moon, but more. Like, what if Sailor Moon were more Sailor Moon than Sailor Moon is? You only need to look therein. Okay, guys, I don't know how much it costs for that message to fly across the screen, but do better next time.
Maybe you could put that message up here. Do better next time. Or come back and try again later.
I probably would have donated this Kickstarter.
I meant to, and then just for whatever, like, just I forgot about it, and then by the time I got back to noticing it again, like it had been like however many 100%
right.
overfilled or over backed, whatever they call it when it exceeds its goal by whatever varied orders of magnitude. Because the
CRI middleware champions of the world.
Epic Mega Games. Stay tuned for whatever that the robot pinball game.
I wish it said many thanks for your playing.
It says thank you for playing. Well, I got
what do these
a trophy.
Do?
Sorry, I got a trophy both for winning the game, like once I beat the boss, and a new trophy after for, watching the credits. I don't really know. But turns out that was about a half hour, so,
Perfect timing.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I could always go in and start poking at different play modes, but that seems like the kind of thing that you would do if you're planning on making, if you're trying to fill, because the last boss fight took
but we
only 10 seconds. We got a whole video out of the credits and everything else.
Right, you could poke at game modes while not recording and find if there are any that you feel interested in playing, and if so, consider recording them. The
fans at home can leave lots of comments about all the different modes that they want to see still explored. Honestly, it's weird. The place that I still receive comments is on the game show LPs. Like Family Feud. Like, people will leave a comment about.
They're evergreen.
Yeah. But they'll leave a comment, and the comment will be a suggestion for one of the, like, puzzles, like one of the surveys, and there'll be no timestamp to indicate what it was. There'll be no context as to what the question is. Somebody will just leave a
Are you sure
a comment on the video that's just sheet as an example, although that's not. Well, okay.
Like, I think maybe you have put some real thought into explaining what this insane person is thinking. Like, I think they're maybe like if you saw one that said press the buzzer, yell sheet, that might be, I don't know.
All right, I've got to go now. Oh boy.
All right. Well, that was fun. Thanks all. Good night.
Good night.